The Cozy and Family Celebration is back for 2025, and as always, I'm here to let you know which games are the cheapest they've ever been, so that you can grab yourself a good deal instead of spending more money on games that have been cheaper in the past like Rooster Patcher or Tiny Glide. But first, hi, I'm Ellie, and this is the Cozy Gaming Club where we love to talk about all the latest and greatest cozy games. Let's get started with a game that's packed full of emotion. In Copycat, you play as a cat who gets adopted from a shelter by a lovely old woman, who ends up becoming your loyal companion. But after your owner falls ill, a stray copycat steals your home and forces you out onto the streets. Wander the streets of your city, reflecting on the true meaning of home, love, and letting go as you progress through this heartfelt story. And now you can do it for 50% off at £6.39. In this next game, you also play as a cat. Snacko has just hit 1.0 after a year of early access, and it brings with it a 25% discount. Driven away by the cost of living crisis, you and your childhood friends set off to start a new life. But you unfortunately end up shipwrecked on a rundown island on the way. After deciding not to let this small hurdle stop you, your friend, and the island's residents team up to rebuild the island and turn it into a bustling port. If you enjoy town building games, you'll probably enjoy this one. With over 400 reviews and 98% positive, this is not one to miss. We're moving away from cats now, but to something just as cute. Because in this next game, you play as a robot trying to fulfill their dream of becoming a sushi chef. As luck would have it, the friendly residents of Rolling Hills are looking for a rising star to take over the local sushi shop. That's right, this next game is Rolling Hills Make Sushi, Make Friends. Learn new recipes to expand your menu, purchase perfect ingredients to increase their quality, and help put this small town back on the map. The cooking elements were admittedly lacking a little for me in this game, but there are lots of great reviews for it, and it's currently 30% off at £8.74. Our next game is often compared to Night in the Woods crossed with Scrubs, and sprinkles in some mystery for good measure too. In the small town of Porcupine, you'll dive into healthcare by treating your patients, exploring the forest and the mysterious castle there, play challenging minigames, meet a diverse cast of characters, and even head to the local pub. But you'll soon realize that things aren't quite what they seem. Can you work out what's going on in Fall of Porcupine, which is currently 70% off at £5.39? This next game has a 99% positive rating with more than 4,000 reviews, so it's worth it at full price and definitely worth it at 50% off. If you enjoyed A Short Hike, then you'll definitely love Lil Gator Game. It's a beautiful exploration and adventure game that transports you to a world of childhood wonder. Venture out into this vast open world where you can climb, swim, and glide into the hearts of the many different animal characters you'll meet. Packed full of whimsical charm, this outdoor adventure has an abundance of chill quests to complete, funny minigames and challenges to overcome, and a heartwarming story that'll have you beaming with happiness by the end of it. And for just £8.37, that's a pretty good deal to me. While not the cheapest it's ever been, my time at Sandrock is currently the cheapest it's been in almost 2 years since its 1.0 release. And at 50% off, I definitely think it's worth picking up for the hundreds of hours of content this game has in store for you. If you're not familiar with the My Time series, this is a life sim where instead of becoming a farmer, you become a builder. Tasked with helping to rebuild a rundown town in a post-apocalyptic future, there's no shortage of things for you to do, from building and upgrading your own workshop, exploring the open world for supplies, and getting to know the locals. My time at Sandrock is a huge step up from my time at Porsche, and the next game, My Time at Evershine, looks even better. If you're looking for something a bit more on the relaxing side, then NAIAD is a beautiful and mostly peaceful game, where you play as a water nymph floating slowly down a mysterious river. Your goal is to help the river creatures you meet by reuniting ducklings with their parents and helping frogs find their lily pads. But as you move further along the river, humans will start to appear and disrupt your utopia, and it falls to you to save your animal friends. I have a gameplay video of this one which I've linked above if you're not sure whether this game is for you. But at 30% off, NAIAD is just over £11. As a polar opposite to NAIAD, our next game is chaotic, but in the best way. If you love games like Overcooked or Plate Up, then you definitely need to give Coffee Caravan a go while it's 40% off. Brew, serve, and explore your way to coffee mastery in this charming game. Manage your mobile cafe on wheels, choosing the coffee recipes you want to serve each day. You'll be able to experiment with exotic blends and brewing techniques, using new flavors and impressing even the most difficult of customers. Day by day, you'll be able to earn money to spend on upgrades for your little coffee caravan, but your journey must come to an end, and after navigating the procedurally generated map, you'll find yourself facing off against the final boss customers. We're down to our final 5 for this video, and next up is Smushi Come Home, which I am constantly recommending and for good reason. If you don't believe me, look at the 99% positive Steam rating with over 1,600 reviews. Smushi Come Home is a sweet game about journeying through a forest, meeting various critters, and trying to get home. But as you're a mushroom, everything is larger than life, which adds a really fun dynamic to the game. I just love games where you get to play as a little guy, and Smushi Come Home is currently 50% off at £8.49. We haven't had enough puzzle games on this list, but thankfully we have one up next. Railbound is a deceptively simple puzzle game where all you need to do is connect the train carriages in order. But it quickly becomes a real brain teaser that challenges you to think outside of the box, and rewards you with satisfying aha moments when you solve that one tricky puzzle. There are over 240 levels to complete, and with a quirky art style and a great soundtrack to round it out, you can't go wrong picking Railbound up for just £6. There is a constant debate about whether roguelikes are cozy, looking at you, Cult of the Lamb, but this is definitely one of the coziest ones I've played. Into the Emberlands is a cozy exploration game where you venture out into the miasma to find lost villagers and collect resources to rebuild your village. But you only have limited fuel for your lamp for every trip, so you need to be careful or you may not make it back. Discover a colourful and magical world as you explore various biomes filled with mystical creatures like trolls or giant chickens that can help or hinder your adventure. Ultimately, it's a cute resources management game that's perfect for small gameplay sessions, but can get a little grindy. It's so cheap at £3.29 though that if you're at all intrigued, you may as well give it a go. It's our penultimate game and I had to make it a goodie. If you love matchmaking and romance in your cozy games, then you need to check out Ghostie, which is currently sitting at a 97% very positive rating on Steam, with nearly 400 reviews. In Ghostie, you play as a matchmaking spirit tasked with pairing up the residents of your manor house. Learn their likes and dislikes, buy and gift them items from each other, and send them on the cutest dates so you can watch with your ghost friends. You don't always get a perfect match, but when you do, you'll be grinning and kicking your feet with glee over how cute they are. Plus, all the housemates are adorable animals, which makes this game even better. It's currently 25% off at £12.50. This final game is also a roguelike, and to be honest, I wasn't sure whether to add it to this list or not, as it is sitting on mostly positive reviews. But if you've ever wanted to give Spells and Secrets a go, now is the perfect time while it's 75% off for just £5.25. Play as a first-year student who just arrived at a magical academy to begin your training. But everything changes on your first day when the school is thrown into disarray and you suddenly need to save it and rescue your schoolmates. Fight off magical creatures as you journey through your school's grand castle, solving puzzles and finding powerful artifacts to aid your adventures. Only by training hard and leveling up will you be able to uncover the real plot behind the attack and save your school. This game can also be played in co-op with a friend. Those are all of the games I wanted to talk about today, but don't forget to check some of the new releases out too, like relaxing building game Island and Trains or nostalgic puzzle game Projected Dreams, which I also have a gameplay video of if you want to check that out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next video. Bye!